Both of us started with music at the same time. That's amazing.
I always start with music, and then you just this one time in life that you joined. Mashallah.
Hola, mujerita.
Hola. ¿Qué tal?
Welcome to our 23rd episode of Hola Mujer podcast.
Yeah, I'm totally excited. This episode probably will be released in 2025, I imagine, if we continue editing with the speed that we've been continuing editing. So I think today we can even talk a little bit about, a whole year of podcasting. That's pretty interesting, I think. But first, you came to me today with a problem.
Yes, I said at work they're organizing some secret Santa party slash gathering. I have seen people do that stuff on like Friends, that TV show. I'm familiar with it, but I've never really taken part in my
Oh my
life, and
God.
it's such a
Oh
glorious
my
thing.
God.
So anyway, I picked a name for one of the teaching assistants at school. A young person, maybe 21 or 22, I'm not so sure. We don't exactly work together, but we are like working at the same school, but we don't work in the same class. She handles classes I don't teach. We just meet, during meetings or whatever, just say hi, hello, bye, how are you? And I picked her name because I don't know, I'm very lucky. And now I have to get her present, a gift, and I have no idea what I should get. Like, I can think of things like
Boo.
uh, scarf, socks. I heard they're like a Christmas thing everybody gives in Europe. So I was like, bring it home here.
I think you're not that far off. Like socks and scarf is much better. Um, okay, I wanted to give you some advice, but then you mentioned that you never did it before, so I don't know if my advice will be actually that valid. Here, we do like sometimes even multiple Christmas Santas during one season because you have one with your family, one with your job friends, one with your group of friends, and then you end up just having like 1 gazillion of them. So I would say point one is do your research because you think you can just get away with the chocolate, but you don't want to be this dickhead, the only person in the whole school that gave like the worst, totally unpersonalized item for the Secret Santa. You want to be this one person in the whole school that actually gave a very thoughtful gift and that actually made it worthwhile. So forget about the chocolate, I would say.
okay, done.
Probably forget about the scarf, I think. And also forget about her not learning who gave her this gift. She will for sure know that it was from you. So you will be judged upon this gift. You don't have a relationship with this person, you can win her like gratitude towards the rest of your common career, okay, with this gift. Importante. Okay. So first, I think you should do some research. If you don't want to creepily like gape at her, ask her friend what you think she might like and give some suggestions. Be like, "Oh, I was thinking about giving her this like super fun fluffy socks, but do you think she has a favorite color or something like this?" And then she may say, "Oh yeah, she loves puppies actually." And you're like, "Okay, now I can like think about something puppy-like." But before we even get any deeper, I will tell you what I think is my ultimate perfect Christmas Secret Santa gift. And many times I've proven that it is indeed the best. It's a little board game.
Again, oh my God.
Hear me out.
What if she doesn't like board
Hear
games?
me
What
out.
if she
Hear me
will
out.
never use it to
There is
play?
not a person who is like, I don't like board games. Every board game is different. Every board game is a different way to spend a time with. Like, I never met a person except of you that is like just not playing board games because of principle. It's an amazing way to spend time. There is board games.
They're not popular here.
There is games that are just cards with like questions just to know each other. It's a perfect thing. It's like really great. Um, there is this game, 5 seconds, that is just like so easy, and you can play this like with your family in a dinner gathering. You can play it at school. She could use it in her work with kids. She could use it. There is a game, Doble, and it's very easy for all of the age groups, and you can even do it in English. Like, it's really great. There's a game Dixit that I used in my teaching career that I hope we can still go back to in this podcast. So yeah, like she can use this not only to playing herself, but she can use this like in her life, I think. And it's not that expensive if you pick a really small one, and I think I could help you pick it. But okay, if you hate this idea, I think
I don't hate it, but I appreciate the notion. Yes, bringing something thoughtful. And the idea that it's something not edible means it will last longer, which is actually nice.
yeah.
Like it could be used over and over again. I also appreciate practical things, and I just don't know if a board game would. But if you say it can be used, like
Yeah.
in such situations, like educational, I'm like, okay, I'm listening.
Yeah, totally it can. I think that also what you might think about is just focusing on packaging, because you're saying, okay, it's not something like to eat, something useful. Okay, great. But if you buy, let's say, just like a deck of normal cards, that is not a great gift, let's be honest. But you buy a lot of candy to like wrap it around, and you add some like different, like some chocolate and some that, and you sprinkle it with like, I don't know, some glitter, and you pack everything in like a very old school box with a ribbon on the top. Like, just the joy of unwrapping this will be like, okay, this person really cared and like spent some time for me for this Christmas Santa. This is
I
enough.
don't really care that much,
It
though.
doesn't matter. You want to look like you care, and you want to make it pleasant also for you.
What if I do that and I'm gonna be like the only one that showed up to the party wearing formal clothes while everybody else is wearing casual?
It doesn't matter what you wear, but I think if there is just one guy who is wearing formal clothes, he's hot in the party, okay?
Okay.
That's my unpopular opinion. Maybe my boyfriend is listening and he could take notes. Don't be scared to go formal. Like, go bigger, go stronger, show you care, because this is what's ruining today's world. People pretending like they don't care. But listen, the more effort and the more thought you put into this gift, the more fun and reward you will receive in the end. And that's what matters. You will enjoy this. It will not be like terrible chore, but it will be something that is actually pleasant on the way. Like the journey. Make it a journey. So I would say I would even give you a card that I made myself for the fair, but you're too far and it will not arrive on time. So I think like, okay, if you want, I can send you a PDF and you print it and you fold it nicely and you cut it and you have a card if you want. But yeah, I would say go small, thoughtful, and make up with some nice Christmas touch and a packaging, and you will be very rewarded back.
So board game, well, some suggestions then, and I'll search. Maybe I can find something.
I don't know how much money or how much like size gifts should be, and this is
Yeah.
something that I think you should ask, because you don't want to buy an iPod when everyone is buying Tic Tacs to each other,
Yeah, no, they said budget actually $5,
Okay, so we are going like super small.
but I wouldn't mind paying 10.
Okay, 10 is fine, but like don't go bigger, because then you make other people look bad. Like, it's okay to play the rules. So maybe let's not buy a board game if it's 10. I think it's not enough.
I have no idea. Okay.
Okay.
Actually, like, maybe things are bought to be easy, but now I have to think, where the heck do I find a place that wraps gifts? Or do I do it myself?
You do it yourself. Of course you do it yourself.
I do the wrapping?
You do the
How do I
wrapping.
do the wrapping?
You do the wrapping. You go to good.
Don't talk to me like I know what you're talking
Okay,
about.
sorry.
Never wrapped a gift in my life, Mohair,
Ramadan
okay?
guy. Okay. You go to YouTube if you really don't know how to wrap a gift. You watch a 2-minute video. I'm serious. You fold some paper
Okay.
1 second and then you get it. Like, it's really easy. You buy a ribbon, you got paper. That's it. This year, I will tell you how I'm packaging my gifts. It's very funny we're talking about Christmas, and this episode will be released like 15th of January probably. But
Who
anyways,
knows?
I
Nobody
bought
knows.
big brown paper, like very big sheets of brown paper, because I missed like $2 to my free shipping, so I just added it to the cart. And I will, I think, take take green paint and red paint, and I would just like paint some nice, nice
An
patterns,
artist, of course, you will paint.
and I will just wrap my gifts in it, I think. So, do you want to see what I made for my grandma?
Sure. You made that, obviously. Yeah.
Made that.
The basket you were talking about, very nice.
Very nice.
I imagined it would be bigger, but
Yes,
yes,
everyone
it's
imagined
for
it would be
knickknacks.
bigger, but
It's for knickknacks. It doesn't need to be
knickknacks.
big.
It's for knickknacks.
Yes, I remember something after all, Not everything gets
Learn
forgotten.
English with
Apparently, the
Adriana.
knickknacks are memorable.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
So yeah,
I'll see.
But I will offer you another piece of advice, like alternative idea, because I think $10 might be a bit too little to buy something meaningful when it comes to board games. Nice candle, like a very good quality candle, big candle. Yeah, I think girls really like candles, and it's something I use for like some self-care and stuff like this.
Yeah.
But don't buy it shitty and don't buy it cheap. Buy it in some container,
Yeah.
okay? There is candles that are already in the glass, for example.
Yeah,
Buy
I know,
this
I know. I
kind.
have some of them. My candles are very beautiful. Yeah,
Maybe you can just
I like them.
reuse them then, like recycle and just give one of those. I don't know.
Yeah, I have a bunch of them. One was a gift. I haven't really lit yet. It's a coffee flavor. And another one is champagne flavor. That's the one I got from Malaysia. And it's so pretty, the container and the
Oh,
smell.
wow.
You just open it and you light it. After 10 seconds, the room smells sweet. You can just like
Perfect.
put it off afterwards. And I've used it a couple of times, but it's still not like completely done. Maybe half of it is still there. But yeah, of course, it's my candle. I'm not going to give it to anybody. But if I can find something like this here, it will be actually be very
Yes.
nice because the container is very
Yes.
good. It's really good quality. But that thing was like not cheap. Well, it was good, over
Yeah,
$10, but
no.
but worth it. It was really it's
They
really
are not
nice.
cheap, and like kudos and congratulations for you for buying such a nice thing for yourself, because usually I think it is a bit difficult to buy yourself a candle if it's so expensive, even though you know you're gonna appreciate it. So like I think it's a very good gift, yeah.
I was motivated at the time.
Okay. I see. I get the code. Well, so as you see, not many people buy candles for themselves just for no reason, and I think it's just a nice thing to receive. Adriana gift master.
Thanks, Moharita.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Time to ask for advice to you.
Me?
Who, me? Oh, crazy. Okay, so
Sure.
I gave you some background before we started recording. That I had a job interview for a school as a teacher of very little babies, like from 2 to 6. Babies. They're so cute. And then I also have another offer in a different industry and a different school, but that's beside the point. And when I was telling about this to my boyfriend, about my experience, how I was overwhelmed but super happy, and like how you are basically making a show rather than actually teaching them because they are so small and silly. My boyfriend said that in his opinion, maybe I could do that, but I wouldn't feel great doing the job because he thinks I'm way too personal in contact with people. That I would feel that in this job you're basically like a sheep herder, like instead of actually having contact with those kids, because they're just such a group and it's unmanageable to have like some personal contact. And that was his take on that, and I was like, it's kind of true. Like I was really lacking this like this personal touch with, like, I wanted to know their stories, and I will never know that because like I'm kind of an actor on the stage shouting and now turn around, ho ho ho, and things like this, and those kids are just following or not. So it did feel like it's going just above their heads. What do you think? Do you think this job could be something for me? Like, is there something interesting for me, or do you think it would be just destroyful? Because I know that you never struggle, or you never seem to struggle teaching kids, no matter the age. And I
And their
wonder,
mamas and
what's your experience
daddies too.
and advice?
Um, hmm. It's a good one. Okay. The first year teaching was super stressful and it did not feel good. It was because mostly I didn't exactly know how to teach them. I did not feel like they were learning anything. It was just a waste of time and effort.
Mm.
Just, little babies being out of control the whole time. So, yeah, that was not good. But now I do know how to deal with them. I know how to make them learn. I know how to make them listen most of the time, not all the time. It just takes so much energy.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you wanna be putting all of that energy in there. I don't know if you have that much energy. I'm
Exactly.
sorry.
Exactly. How many hours a day are you
I
working in your
I
day
think
school?
I have more energy than an average person.
Yeah, I agree.
I do get tired. That's not like what you think. I never get tired. No, I do get tired sometimes. But yeah, like
Yeah, I think I have
then
less energy than the average person actually. So,
but I'm not sure about the scene in Poland. I don't know about their expectation, the kind of activities that. But you were talking about, giving that show and jumping around. So yes,
yeah.
it's energy demanding. Still.
Yeah. The class for the 2, 3-year-olds was like 20 minutes
Yeah,
long. So it's really not long because their
yeah.
their attention span is like 10 minutes. So like sometimes it's 20 minutes. And there were a lot of them. I was expecting a smaller group, and they said sometimes it's 10 of them or something because they're sick or
Yeah.
just like they didn't come, but it was like 20 of them almost. So I don't know. It feels like plenty.
I'll be honest with you, Mohair. I think you can. You did the babysitting, and it was hard in the beginning, and then it got
Yeah.
easier. And I think that would apply here also. It might be challenging in the beginning, but once you, okay, I have to say that. Looking at myself here, it's not the most creative job in the world, okay?
It's
So,
not?
no, it's not. Yet, you have to be creative, a little bit, not too much though, about ways to get their attention, ways to help them, and to help yourself, not kill yourself by the end of the day.
Yeah.
But you could try, you could go for it. Actually, you might find something there that you never thought you would find. I, for one, never really wanted to be a teacher. It just happened.
It
And
was fate.
I did not think, for me, the beginning, it was just about just making some money, and now I am making the money, but I actually find it meaningful. Before it was not meaningful, it was just like blah blah. But now, like, I see the same kids over and over and over and over. I have seen some of the kids over 3 years, and I see how much I've helped them, how much they've grown, and there's so much satisfaction in that. It's very rewarding in a way. I don't know if that will work for you. I don't know if you are willing to actually stick around that long. So
Yeah.
you seem very passionate about or you seemed pretty passionate about your previous work, and you like art. Yeah, despite all these times you think you're fake and all that, but like you, by the end of the day, you're usually proud of your drawings. You like to draw. You like to
Yeah.
do this and that. We don't talk about animation, but like just art in general. So I think you better just do the thing that you actually enjoy, that you've envisioned yourself doing. That thing you manifested in your manifestation. There were
That's
no
true.
babies in your manifestation, Mojarita. So
I guess
I don't know,
not.
babies don't belong there. But if you could always just try it out. But I don't know if that's the time you want to be trying things out.
I mean, I feel like I might not have a better choice. That's why I'm considering.
When we don't have a better choice, we go for it.
Yeah, that's true.
We write
Yeah.
it through. We write it out, and then okay, if it works, perfect. If it doesn't work, well, it was the best option we had. Let's find something else now.
I love your energy today. That's like so smooth. I will tell you a funny thing about Haram.
Yeah. Well,
I was doing like collages yesterday. Collages? Collages? How do you pronounce this? Collage? Um, so like cutting out things from the newspaper. And in Polish, it's really interesting to do that because you can build sentences only provided there is good cases,
Yeah.
in the newspaper. So you can't just build the sentence as easy as in English. And I managed to find the word jihad in there, and also of love. So now I have this card that says happiness, freedom, the jihad of love.
Okay.
That's so
Interesting.
beautiful. I love that. And
Yeah.
I drew like a little bird. It's like a pink glitter card. And well, what can
Okay.
I tell you? Available
That's
on my
nice.
art fair in 3
Uh,
days.
w- Time and location. Maybe somebody will be listening in the future. They'll invent a time machine and then decide to go back. You never know. A lot of
Just
possibilities.
just visit me on my Instagram, Azetka, and I will provide you the location.
Let's hope that'll be available in the future. Okay. 3 days from now is going to be the 21st of December. Just
You're so
FYI.
you're so right to mention the date because I listen to podcasts sometimes and they mention something like updated, something up
Yeah.
to date in their realm. And then it occurs, it was like years ago, and I'm like, what the heck? Like, I don't care about this anymore.
We're talking today on the 18th of December.
But also, I wanted to mention that I'm making a gratitude journal every day ish, and I always put a year. And also, I've been putting the year, the date down so many times this year because, like, I just journal a lot and I do it in my sketchbook and everywhere. And still, last week I put 2023. After freaking 12 months of like putting it over and over, and I'm like, what's up? I didn't even get it in my head and it's already switching. This is too fast. Okay, before I forget, we have to make the question of the day today.
Damn, forgot about that.
But
Okay.
wait. Before, I have a very cute teaching story to say. My brother, my little brother, he is a math teacher as a side job. He has like a
Really?
few
Oh,
students. Yeah, it's really lovely. And his main students during the year or two became kids, like around 10 to 12. He teaches them one-on-one online and in their homes. And I never heard or imagined, like I was like always curious, like how does it work? He hated math when he was a kid. Hated the guts of it to such an extent that my mom even like taped him to the chair once because he didn't want to do his homework and she was like, you have to do it and you cannot get up. And he was like, okay, you can tape me and then I have to do it. And she taped him and he was like, I don't want to do it, I changed my mind. And she's like, come on, do it. So he was really struggling with maths, really a lot, like crying and shouting and stuff. And now he's a teacher, and I heard because he had a class at home and it was very quiet in the house, we're alone, and I heard through his door how adorably patient he is with his students. And he had this student that I didn't hear him because he had headphones, but obviously he was silly, let's say, this boy, and his name was the same as my brother's. So he was like speaking basically to himself, saying, okay, let's do these three examples.
ironic.
Yeah, like let's do these three examples, okay? Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna talk about gaming once we do at least two examples, all right? Yeah, are you ready? With the first example, I mean. Yeah? You're not ready yet? Oh, you couldn't do it? Yeah, things like this happen sometimes. But we can try to. And he was just like going and going and going, like so happy and so cute. My brother is a serious, like 25-year-old. I don't hear him often
Yeah.
speaking in such a timid way, let's say. Like it's
I
such
did
a
not
cute.
like people sit next to me when I was teaching because they would see another side that I didn't want them to see also when I was
Exactly,
teaching
exactly.
online.
I would love to
Yeah.
see that. I would love to see that. But when
It's a
I
different
was
energy.
It is, it is. And I think it's like so much more vulnerable. Like if I was teaching kids, I don't want my friends who know about this side of me, because I'm so soft and so like safe to like an extreme, you know, like it's like you're losing all the barriers that you've built socially correctly, and like it's just like, yeah, so it was like so special for me to hear it. I was like moved, honestly moved.
I think teaching taught me to be very patient, actually.
Really.
Yeah, yeah. Like, you keep calm, you keep smiling, you try to keep a good energy for as long as possible, and you do it every day. So, yeah, practice makes perfect. Um, yeah, like some people noted that they say, "Oh, you're very patient." I'm like, "They're babies. What do you want me to do?" Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I do get angry sometimes. The most of the time, I'm like, I'm chill. That's fine.
Do you have situations in which you have an urge to laugh of them, and then you know you
Yeah,
shouldn't
all the
because
time.
yeah.
Like sometimes I want to be scary at a kid, and then I just laugh, and then like now nobody's gonna take me seriously. It's bad, but yeah, like it happens. It happens. Like sometimes they make mistakes are just hilarious. Also, when like we're teaching, I'm like, okay, that was a funny one. Like there was this kid that was like writing. Sometimes when they write, they misspell the words and they write something very funny. Like instead of week, they write weed, for example. Uh, yeah, like they do this all the time, and then it's just very funny. It's alright. Teaching. I don't know if it's for you, Moher, but you haven't tried, so I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't tried. I mean, I taught people 101. No, I mean, I had a class with like 4-year-olds once. I remember I was covering for some other teacher, and it was very, very hard. But what I'm very afraid of is I feel I change. I change a lot. And not only this year or something, like I've changed so much since I graduated from American Studies or something. Like I'm such a different
Yeah.
person. And I think now I'm a softie. I'm a freaking softie, and I'm a princess, and I don't know, like I'm artsy and vulnerable, and like it's a different person, but also it's a different set of capabilities, I think. Like am I remember that I was teaching people 101, like 1 hour and a half every day for weeks sometimes, because they were like getting ready to some. And now I'm thinking like I couldn't focus for so long. Like what would I do? Like it would feel like a trap. Like I just get stressed just thinking about it, and I wonder like maybe I'm not this person anymore to handle that so well. I mean, I'm sure I can put a mask on, of course, and just like push through it, but maybe it wouldn't fit me anymore. I don't know. I mean, probably you're right that it would be more of a challenge for me and some kind of adventure than actually something I would like to do.
Well, you have some options, Moher. This is a good thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So far, they all seem to be going in a positive manner, and that's really nice.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed. Let's just say, whoever wants you first for more money.
Yeah. Yeah, true that.
Like, but like I remember, like when I was in Egypt and I was applying for jobs during that time, I wanted an extra job. I ended up choosing the one that would pay me more, but also for less hours of work, and that was actually more rewarding and less boring. So, like, it was the best deal.
Yeah, yeah,
So I think in your case, the best deal would be something graphics, animation, art, more money than the school is offering you. That would be the best deal for you this way. Or like if you could work remotely or something. So you know what, Maher? Why don't you just for the fun of it apply for another graphics animation job? Just one more. Just like
I
look,
think.
choose one. Just send your resume. Maybe you'll have more options. Maybe not. Like you applied for 3 jobs, they called you back. Why not apply for one more? You know, you could. We never know. But something good.
Maybe. But I think if they take me to the corporate job, I really want to try. Like even
Okay.
if they end up paying me nothing, or if like it's very far, or if maybe it's toxic, I don't know what might occur from
Yeah.
that. But I think this is something that I've been always interested in seeing how it is like. So I just want to try like one month I can try, and then apply for
Okay,
something
fair.
else.
Fair, 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 fair. But all I'm saying is you are on a roll. Energy is positive. The
That's
universe is
true.
on your
That's true.
side.
That's true.
So apply for one
Wonderful.
more job. So apply
Okay,
for one
okay,
more
okay.
job because it's the
Okay.
season. It's the time of year.
That's
Like
true. That's true.
when it's happening, ride that wave. Just don't let it go away. Just
Yeah,
keep
the
riding
constellations are like in a
it.
good order, right?
Yeah, your stars are where they're supposed to be or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's just that's why when things are happening, like there's that confidence, there's that tone, that mindset somehow works together.
I was listening to a scientific podcast yesterday and they invited a guy.
Scientific
I
podcast,
do listen to things like this sometimes,
like
yes.
science, like
Like science.
natural
Yeah.
science,
Like science,
not
like yeah.
crystals stuff.
No, like brain science.
Okay.
And they invited a guy that is a psychologist and also sociologist, and he writes books about why people are so lost nowadays, basically. He has this
There's no
theory
God.
that, well, yeah, exactly. He has this theory that it's basically because of God and industry. Also, that like industry is pushing so much into promising something that at the end doesn't exist, that it like was promised as this remedy for the lack of God, but it's not there. So people are trying to look for something else. And what was very interesting, they started talking about astrology, but in a different way that I usually heard of, because this guy, he says like, of course he doesn't believe in astrology, but he has a best friend for like 27 years who is the lead astrologer in Poland. And he said he really respects this guy and he's very good in what he does. And he said that he, yeah, he doesn't believe that, and he thinks that most of it can be adjusted to your life nonetheless and stuff. But there's this one huge theory of this guy Jung. Do you know Gustav Jung?
No,
He was, come on, a bit shameful.
not sure. No,
He
no.
was a philosopher. Oh no, sorry, Carl Gustav Jung. Yeah, Carl Jung. He was a philosopher. He was a student of Freud, Sigmund Freud. You know the guy.
That one I know.
Okay, perfect. So he was like close to like as important and stuff. And yeah, this guy is like he is in school of Jung, so it means that he agrees to all he said. And Jung apparently he believed in some cosmic. He said like, okay, sometimes you dream about someone and then you meet them the next day. Like it's, and he claimed that it's not like one thing is the result of the other, but it's like the same energy that happens in different places in a way. And that he believed that the planets reflect this energy in some bigger or smaller shape or form. And of course, it's very undefined to what extent and how it can be like seen. I mean, some people claim they can see that, of course, but it is. I don't know. To me, it was the first argument ever that made me think like, okay, if this guy believed that and had this theory, then I don't know. Like maybe we'll never understand that, and it's not something we could even think about. But maybe there's some energies, like me, I'm on the roll now.
Here is the thing. Maybe if there's some energy, maybe there is God too.
Sure, maybe. It doesn't matter, like, because it's all the same thing. Like, maybe it's God, maybe it's like stars or planet, like, whatever. But,
Stars are there for sure. Planets are there for sure. Plants. Oh my God, my head. I'm so sad. I think my plant is just dying.
really, because of the vitamin B. How much vitamin B did you give it?
I changed the water so many times in the last few days, like this last week. So I think there is none left in it, but probably that sudden change
No.
shook its ecosystem to the core, and
Yeah.
I see now 4 more leaves dying. So 4 are gone already, 4 more on the way. And the healthiest leaf, I don't know if it's as healthy as I remember, or But why is it dying so slowly? Like, if it's gonna die, can't it just die altogether? Why is it just like 4 leaves and then 1 week and then 4 more leaves? Like, what the hell is happening?
What do
How
you
is
mean?
this?
It's just like humans. We could just kill each other or kill ourselves, but no, we prefer to die slowly and enjoy it while we can. Okay, just like a plant.
But I'm still hoping that some of it will survive. Like,
I
just
think
like
it. I mean, I also have this hope always, and they never survive. But I hope for yours, of
it's
course.
been 2 years. Like, come on, it's
How much
been two
vitamin B
years.
did you insert into this plant?
I'm not sure. Just
Because
some.
you know, because you should give it like one per month, probably, not more.
I don't know. Just listen. Some. You know what I did? I did
You regret
believing that
now?
I was helping them.
Yeah, I
You
think you
know, I
oversaturated them with your love. That is one
I
number
thought they
one
would be
reason for plants dying.
stronger. I thought they would be
No,
stronger.
no,
I
they are
did
so
not think
bad.
they would wither and die out.
They
No.
live without wind, without worms, without anything. How could they be strong? They don't know hard life, mujer. You give them vitamin and they're like, what is it?
You give us drugs? No to drugs.
Exactly.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe purchase UV light. Just, the light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe it will help.
I mean, you can try, but I don't know. There is this plant, there is this app that I told you that you can scan and it
Yeah.
tells you what to do with the plant. Maybe this would help. I think it's your only hope. Anyways, before we finish, because you're going to sleep in 8 minutes, mujer.
Yeah.
Okay, so what day is today?
It's the 18th of December.
Question for today. Yeah, look, in this calendar, every day I'm writing a year. Here, every day, year, just 24, 24, 24, 24.
Okay.
And yet, one day, 23. Okay, December 18th. What do you like to talk about?
Okay, it's not a difficult question. So, I do like to talk about religion. I do enjoy talking about politics now and again. I do like to talk about culture. I do like to talk about the past. I do like to talk about family traumas.
Wow, it looks like you generally like talking.
Well, basically, yeah. How about
Culture.
you, Maya?
What's
What
not
do you
culture?
like?
Oh
What do you
no, you
like to
feel
talk about?
criticized and now you close up. No, 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 you can finish your enormous list. Please go on.
Yeah, I like talking. But like these are some of the things that I like to talk about, depending on the person I'm talking with.
And me? What do you like talking to me about?
Oof, everything in my hair.
I know. I
Like,
wanted
come
to
on.
hear that.
Politics we go, religion we go, crystals we also go somehow.
We're just on a roll, yeah. What do I like to talk about? I like talking about relationships, dramas. I really do. Like problems. I like
That
talking about
too.
problems,
Okay.
psychology. I like talking about my feelings. That's enough.
All right. Can you talk to me again about your necklace? Is it the sun or is it that thing they put on a boat to ride it?
First time that you asked me about this necklace, you asked, is it the sun or is it this thing that kills you in the ocean? Alcar?
Urchin.
Urchin. Yeah, that's what you asked.
Yeah, now does look like a sea urchin up close. Yeah.
So I think it's the sun. I like to think about it as the sun.
Yeah.
And I don't wear it every day because I have a lot of sweaters, as you know. And usually it really tangles within a sweater
I
because
can
of
imagine.
the points.
Yeah.
So I don't wear it every day. But I wore it today for my job interview to be like, I'm fancy.
Okay.
At some point in my job interview, I like put my arms up because I was like saying something like
Yeah.
oversized, and I was so sweaty. And I was like, "Oops!" Like really.
Christmas is coming here, so Merry Christmas. I think it's time. It's midnight. Cinderella, gotta go.
Okay, I would just say goodbye to the podcast. Bye bye. I will not read today the closing lines because I'm lazy and it is like New Year's podcast.
All right, everybody, Merry Christmas. It's been Rahman here and Moharita, Adriana Chilonka, all the way from Vietnam and Poland, coming to you through YouTube and Spotify. Yeah, we got it all. Until next year, see ya. Masalama.